This is Amber with thelovegal.com, and today's subject we're going to be talking about how to get your ex back. Um, for those who don't know me, this is me, Amber with thelovegal.com. Um, I decided to talk about how to get your ex back. One, because I've been through this situation before and I know how it goes. None of this is scripted. I'm just going to be talking to you, giving you the real deal. I'm not some, person that's claiming to be a guru or an expert in this situation. However, I have been through this situation, and let me tell you, my situation was horrible. Um, but at the time, I really, really, really wanted my ex back, and he was not budging. Like, when I say he was the biggest douchebag, he wouldn't talk to me. Like, he acted like I did something wrong, which I didn't. But anyway, I'm going to tell you how to get your ex back ASAP, or at least start working towards it. All hope is not lost, but I need you to listen to me. What you're going to be doing in this video is listening to my voice, and um, I'm going to be going through the steps and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to make this video extra long because the step-by-step guide, there's a link to it in the description box where you could get basically step-by-step by step-by-step. So all you have to do is click the link in the description box, download the guide, and you're good to go. This is the exact guide that I use, so I'm not, just telling you about something that I haven't even used before. So, it does work. Now, basically, you want to know how to get your ex back ASAP. I understand you want to get to them before somebody else does, or perhaps somebody else has already got to them, but you need their attention off of them or back on you, or you need them just to be looking at you, period. And you guys need to be in a space where you guys could at least communicate and talk without yelling or fighting or, a lot of tears and stuff like that. Now, in order to do this, you have to completely go against what you're feeling. Right now, there's a good chance you have blown up their phones, you have said every possible thing to them, and they're still not responding in the way that you want them to. Now, there's a reason for this. Right now, you sound very desperate. Whatever you're saying to them is not working because they feel that you are desperate, and we want to reverse that. We want to basically get them to see you in a whole new light. Because whatever happened, I'm not sure exactly what happened in your particular situation. Something happened where they're looking at you and they're not feeling you, they're not feeling it anymore, and they are basically done as of right now. So they think. Um, at this point, you're willing to do anything to get them back, and that's good. So I need you to listen to what I'm about to tell you, and I need you to implement what I'm going to tell you. Now, this is just a brief overview, because if I went through exactly the whole thing, this video will be so long. You'll probably fall asleep on me. But like I said, the step-by-step guide is in the description box, so you could go ahead and get that. Basically, I've been in the same situation before, and my guy, like I said, he was the biggest douche ever. He wouldn't talk to me. I did and said everything that I thought would get him to come back, and nothing worked. It was like a brick wall between us. But after following the exact same steps as in the guide in the description box, I started to get through to him. Okay, so in order to get your ex back, you have to distance yourself from them. I know this is very hard because right now you want them close. Like you want to be around them, you want to be up under them, you want them to talk to you, you want you want to be how you used to be. But right now you have to give them their space, because the reason why you're not together right now is because they need their space. If they didn't need their space, they would be up under you at the moment right now. For those who it's already been a while, there is a chance that you guys have been apart, but you still reach out to them, or maybe you are on Twitter or online and you're talking about how much you miss them and you're sending like subliminal messages and they're seeing it. You have to stop all of that. Um, Basically, you want to get them to the point where they start to thinking about you. And in order to do that, you have to stop reaching out. Just stop it completely. I noticed that people who end up breaking up with someone or they get broke up with, they kind of let themselves go for just it's this window of time where people start to let themselves go. But you can't do that. You want your ex to start thinking about, okay, so why aren't they hitting me up? After a while, how long do you have to wait? I would say about 14 days. That's 2 weeks. And that 2 weeks, one, you're going to start to feel better about yourself. You're going to start to make them think about you because they're thinking, okay, well, they're not hitting me up, so they must be okay without me. And in their mind, that's a form of rejection. Right now, what you're feeling is rejection because they won't get back with you. So you want to flip the switch. Um, so basically, no communication 2 weeks strong. You're probably like, oh my God, 2 weeks is a long time. Not really. At that time, like I said, when I was going through my situation, I thought that 2 weeks was a lifetime. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do for a whole 2 weeks? Um, I don't. Basically, you can start hanging out with people you haven't seen in a while. Get a hobby, stay busy, start going out with your friends, get yourself together. Basically, you want to start having a life of your own that doesn't revolve around that person. So this is perfect. 2 weeks, you can do it. No communication, no text, no liking of their pictures on Instagram, no commenting on their pictures, no going to their page if you can do that, no stalking them, no emails, nothing, no communication. You basically want to drop off the face of the earth in the eyes of them. Now, I'm not saying you can't upload, like you can't be online or anything like that, but you you want to go MIA on them. So basically, that's what I'm saying. Um, my little notes. Okay, so after a couple weeks, you will get in contact with them. So I'm not saying, after for 14 days, no communication, and you will never talk to them again, because clearly you still need to get back in the loop with them. So after a couple weeks, you will get in contact with them, but not by text or by phone. You will write them a letter. I know who still writes letters anymore, but I'm telling you what, I did this at the time. I wrote my letter and I sent it to my ex, and this was around the MySpace period, or MySpace was like real big. So it was either MySpace or Twitter just started getting big. So I went on this page because you know how long it takes for them to get a letter. I went on his page, just to see if he had mentioned anything about it. So I go on the page. This is after him not speaking to me for 2 weeks, and I'm not speaking to him for 2 weeks. And him not talking to me at all. I go on this page and he was like, wow, I didn't expect to hear from this person again. And he said something else. I forgot what he said. But it was kind of in a positive light. So I'm already switching his idea of me. So he was mentioning me, because if he didn't think about me, he would never tweeted or update his MySpace status at all. Um, okay, when you get in contact with them, this is not a situation where you're going to ask for forgiveness or blame yourself for everything. This is not one of them parties. The letter is only going to be no longer than one page. It probably could be a couple paragraphs. You want to keep it short and to the point. And what you put in this letter, basically, you'll be telling them that you agree with the breakup. Even if you don't, you're going to tell them that I agree with why you broke up with me, or why we broke up. So basically, for example, if you cheated, you're going to tell them, the letter's going to go something like this. Hey, what's a random name? Hey, Sam. Um, I'm just writing to let you know that I've been thinking and excuse me, I've been thinking and basically you were right. One, you're stroking their ego. So because you may be one of the people that never agree with what they're saying anyway. So you're gonna be like, hey Sam, I've been thinking, I've been having time to myself to think and I agree with what you said or whatever. And you're right, and we don't need to be together. You know, um, if you cheated, you could be something like, I clearly I'm going off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember everything I put in there. I didn't cheat or anything, but I'm just saying. Um, you deserve better than what our relationship has given you in the past few years, and you deserve better than that. And then in the second paragraph or the second sentence or whatever you want to do, you can add your own little touches to it. Because I don't know your situation. You're gonna be like, I'm doing great. You know, some great things have been happening in the last couple weeks of my life. And at the end of the letter, you're gonna be like, maybe one day we can be friends and I could tell you all about it. So they're gonna be like, okay, they agree with what I'm saying. So they're thinking about you and they're like, okay, so this is a good thing that one is kind of throwing them off because at first you're probably crying and sobbing and how could you blase throwing things whatever, making them feel bad about the situation. But you can't do that. You have to agree with what they're talking about, and then you're going to say how great you're doing without them. Now don't physically say I'm doing great without you. I had to throw that in there because somebody who's watching this, listening to me talk, will say that. Say, some great things have been happening in my life, and hopefully one day I can tell you all about it. Boom. No hearts, no love, whatever your name is. You can just put your name at the bottom. Mail it, put a stamp on it. Put a stamp on it, mail it. And after that, there's a good chance they'll be getting in contact with you. If they don't, you wait a little longer. You know, the complete guide, like I said, is in the description box because this is not it. But basically, you need to distance yourself from the person because you need to get them to start thinking about you, you know, because there's a good chance that their friends and their family is going to be like, well, have you heard from so and so? And then they're going to be like, no. So, one, it's not going to make them feel good that they haven't heard from you. So basically, you're reversing everything that they have that they are feeling at the moment. The next step, while you're waiting for them to get in contact with you, because there's a good chance that they will, I need you, and you need to do this for yourself. You need to work on you. Maybe you need a makeover, you need a transformation, something like that. So by the time they do reach out to you and say you guys go get a bite to eat or something, when they look at you, it's going to be something different about you. Like, say you're going to part your hair different, your hair is different, maybe it's a different cologne, blase, blase. But that's what you need to be doing. You need to be working on yourself. You could go on a couple dates. There's nothing wrong with that. You need to see if you still got it instead of just waiting around and saying, oh my God, my life is over because they're not with me. Go out there. You might actually find somebody you like better. Just saying. But anyway, if you need the step-by-step guide, go ahead and get the guide from the link in my description. And I will be posting more videos. And if you agree with what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, well, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, so go ahead and visit thelovegal.com. You can find videos and stuff like that about how to get your edge back and all that great stuff. So this is Amber with The Love Gal. www.adsback.com, and I hope what I've been telling you is a step in the right direction, which I know it is. It's just a matter of if you want to do it. Anyway, over and out.